Thank you for watching Policy and Prejudice. My name is Chris Stevenson. Oscar Ramiro Ortega Hernandez. Remember that name. This is a man who took a few shots at the White House, thinking that he was shooting the president, or whatever the case may be. He's a loon. He's 21 years old. He's Hispanic, maybe either Puerto Rican or Dominican, from Idaho, of all places. You know, all the nuts are coming out the woodwork, and they're showing no shame. This guy thinks that he is the second coming of Christ. He thinks Obama's the Antichrist. He thinks he's the one who's been appointed by God to save us. Yeah, right, okay, whatever. He also believes that the government is out to get him. He hasn't seen anything yet. A few years in Fort Leavenworth will convince him the government is out to get him, okay? But that's what's going on today. What we're getting is Byron De La Beckwith 2000. You know, a sort of Joe Sixpacks in gullible, extremely gullible, brainless people who've been listening to the Tea Party and right-wing talk radio people like Sean Hannity, Rush Limbaugh, Michael Savage, whoever. And they act out on what they've been convinced about Barack Obama. It's a shame. It's a crying shame. So unexpectedly, this guy goes. He manages to roll up, and he shoots at the White House, whatever. And they finally track his car down later on, and that's what they come up with. This guy tried to get on Oprah Winfrey's show some time ago. There's a YouTube video, I guess 25 minutes of it, where he's basically making his pitch to her that he should really be a guest on her show because he's got a lot of wonderful things to offer, being the second coming of Christ, of course, and why wouldn't he? And, you know, he wants to shower the world with love and peace by shooting the president. Best president we've had in decades, by the way. You know, what is the world coming to? Around the same time, you had a security leak in Australia. During the president's visit there, somebody in the Secret Service either misplaced or lost a security book. About 125, 30 pages of information containing the whole trip, minute by minute, on what the president's schedule is going to be, what buildings he's going to enter, what signals will be given for him to enter and exit the buildings, what vehicles will be in the procession, all of this. This is found on the street in a city in Australia, and a reporter, I think his name is Delaney or something, he found it. Guy either works for the Herald or whatever, but it's fortunate that a reporter found it instead of a would-be criminal or assassin or whatever the case may be. Otherwise, there's no telling what could have happened. You know, people, this is really normal. You know, people lose things. That's just the way it is. It's human nature. You know, but you have to be on guard. This is not an ordinary president we have. This is a president who thinks differently from other presidents. He's a black man. Okay? Herman Cain's a black man, but Herman Cain has to make conscientious effort to think like a white man in order to get where he has to get. Obama just thinks the way he thinks, plain and simple, and he understands basic fairness. And he's trying to, even though he had his biggest fault is he overwhelmingly tries to be bipartisan. But in this particular case, you have this security breach about the same week where you have this nutcase shooting outside of Washington, outside the White House in Washington, D.C. You know, this is not very good. You know, people across the country now are thinking assassination or whatever, conspiracy, especially in regards to the security book, the security handbook found in Australia. You know, you've got to tighten up on that. You have to tighten up on the security when it comes to that. You know, security can get lax. I don't know. It doesn't necessarily mean that there is a spy or whatever within the Secret Service or somebody who's working against Obama's interests. It's just human nature. you can't compare it to maybe like Malcolm X. Malcolm X didn't have a security lead. Malcolm X had a waterfall of insecurity around him, because there are a lot of people in his circle that were spying on him. Plain and simple. So it was a government plot, even though they sat there and waited for those amongst his own peers to kill him. Horrible thing. I hope that this is not what's developing with President Obama. We can only hope for the best. I would like to see Obama serve a second term so that he can institute his policies without fear of losing an election. That way, in second term, you can see the real Obama, especially the last 2 years of office, after the midterms. You know, you can really see a lot after 2014. You'll see the real Obama come forth. That's what I'm waiting to see. So hope and pray for the best for our president. He deserves another term. As Pat Freeman said earlier on the network, this current slate of Republican candidates can only make Obama's victory easier, because these are a bunch of nuts. They're a bunch of mixed nuts. It's plain and simple. They're too emotional to even see that, to even understand that. For clbTV, thank you for watching Policy and Prejudice. My name is Chris Stevenson. You have a good week.